Thanks for visiting my YouTube channel. Here are the NBA regular season standings updates, game result, and the game schedule for tomorrow. For the game result, in the first game, the Houston Rockets snapped their two-game losing streak after defeating the Denver Nuggets, with a score of 115-101. Kevin Durant was the top scorer for the Houston Rockets with 31 points, followed by Reed Sheppard scored 28 points. Jabari Smith made a double-double performance of 22 points and 10 rebounds, and Amen Thompson added 16 points. Nikola Jokic was the top scorer for the Denver Nuggets with 25 points, followed by Jamal Murray scored 16 points. In the second game, the Boston Celtics got their second straight win after defeating the Toronto Raptors, with a score of 112-96. Peyton Pritchard was the top scorer for the Boston Celtics with a double-double performance of 33 points and 10 assists, followed by Derek White and Anthony Simons scored 15 points each, and Neemias Queta added 14 points. Brandon Ingram and Sandro Mamukelashvili was the top scorer for the Toronto Raptors with 24 points each. The Philadelphia 76ers got their second straight win after defeating the Dallas Mavericks, with a score of 121-114. Tyrese Maxey was the top scorer for the Philadelphia 76ers with 38 points, followed by VJ Edgecombe scored 26 points, Dominic Barlow had 21 points, and Jared McCain added 12 points. Anthony Davis was the top scorer for the Dallas Mavericks with a double-double performance of 24 points and 15 rebounds, followed by Cooper Flagg also scored 24 points. The Detroit Pistons beat the Charlotte Hornets, with a score of 112-86. Cade Cunningham was the top scorer for the Detroit Pistons with a triple-double performance of 22 points, 10 rebounds and 10 assists, followed by Jalen Duren made a double-double performance of 19 points and 11 rebounds, Tobias Harris scored 16 points, and Duncan Robinson added 15 points. Miles Bridges and Con Newpol was the top scorer for the Charlotte Hornets with 19 points each. The New Orleans Pelicans got their four-game winning streak after defeating the Indiana Pacers, with a score of 128-109. Zion Williamson was the top scorer for the New Orleans Pelicans with 29 points, followed by Saddiq Bey scored 18 points, Derek Queen made a double-double performance of 17 points and 10 rebounds, and Trey Murphy added 17 points. Pascal Siakam was the top scorer for the Indiana Pacers with 22 points, followed by TJ McConnell scored 16 points. The Washington Wizards beat the Memphis Grizzlies, with a score of 130-122. C.J. McCollum and Keyshawn George was the top scorer for the Washington Wizards with 28 points each, followed by Alex Sir made a double-double performance of 18 points and 11 rebounds, and Marvin Bagley added 16 points. Santi Aldama was the top scorer for the Memphis Grizzlies with a double-double performance of 37 points and 10 rebounds, followed by Jaren Jackson scored 22 points. The Golden State Warriors snapped their three-game losing streak after defeating the Phoenix Suns, with a score of 119-116. Steph Curry was the top scorer for the Golden State Warriors with a double-double performance of 28 points and 10 rebounds, followed by Jimmy Butler scored 25 points, Will Richard had 20 points, and Brandon Podziemski added 11 points. Devin Booker was the top scorer for the Phoenix Suns with 38 points, followed by Dillon Brooks scored 22 points. The Orlando Magic snapped their two-game losing streak after defeating the Utah Jazz in overtime, with a score of 128-127. Desmond Bane was the top scorer for the Orlando Magic with 32 points, followed by Paolo Banchero scored 23 points, 9 rebounds and 9 assists, Anthony Black had 20 points, and Wendell Carter added 14 points. Keontae George was the top scorer for the Utah Jazz with 27 points, followed by Svi Mykhailiuk scored 23 points. The Portland Trail Blazers got their three-game winning streak after defeating the Sacramento Kings, with a score of 98-93. Deni Avdija was the top scorer for the Portland Trail Blazers with a double-double performance of 24 points and 10 assists, followed by Sheldon Sharp scored 23 points, Toumani Camara had 15 points, and Donovan Clingan made a double-double performance of 14 points and 14 rebounds. Dennis Schroeder was the top scorer for the Sacramento Kings with 21 points, followed by Maxime Reynaud made a double-double performance of 17 points and 12 rebounds. In the last game, the LA Clippers snapped their 5-game losing streak after defeating the Los Angeles Lakers, with a score of 103-88. Kawhi Leonard was the top scorer for the LA Clippers with a double-double performance of 32 points and 12 rebounds, followed by James Harden made a double-double performance of 21 points and 10 assists. John Collins also made a double-double performance of 17 points and 12 rebounds, and Brook Lopez added 11 points. LeBron James was the top scorer for the Los Angeles Lakers with 36 points, followed by Jake LaRavia made a double-double performance of 12 points and 11 rebounds. And here are the NBA regular season standings updates. For the Eastern Conference standings, the number 1 in the Eastern Conference standings is Detroit Pistons, with a record of 22 wins and 6 losses. The number 2 is New York Knicks, with a record of 19 wins and 8 losses. The number 3 is Boston Celtics, with a record of 17 wins and 11 losses. The number 4 is Philadelphia 76ers, with a record of 16 wins and 11 losses. The number 5 is Toronto Raptors, with a record of 17 wins and 12 losses. The number 6 is Orlando Magic, with a record of 16 wins and 12 losses. The number 7 is Miami Heat, with a record of 15 wins and 13 losses. The number 8 and number 9 is Cleveland Cavaliers and Atlanta Hawks, with a record of 15 wins and 14 losses. The number 10 is Chicago Bulls, with a record of 12 wins and 15 losses. The number 11 is Milwaukee Bucks, with a record of 11 wins and 17 losses. The number 12 is Charlotte Hornets, with a record of 9 wins and 19 losses. The number 13 is Brooklyn Nets, with a record of 7 wins and 19 losses. The number 14 is Indiana Pacers, with a record of 6 wins and 22 losses. The number 15 is Washington Wizards, with a record of 5 wins and 21 losses. For the Western Conference standings updates, the number 1 in the Western Conference standings is Oklahoma City Thunder, with a record of 25 wins and 3 losses. The number 2 and number 3 is Denver Nuggets and San Antonio Spurs, with a record of 20 wins and 7 losses. The number 4 is Los Angeles Lakers, with a record of 19 wins and 8 losses. The number 5 is Houston Rockets, with a record of 17 wins and 8 losses. The number 6 is Minnesota Timberwolves, with a record of 18 wins and 10 losses. The number 7 is Phoenix Suns, with a record of 15 wins and 13 losses. The number 8 is Golden State Warriors, with a record of 14 wins and 15 losses. The number 9 is Memphis Grizzlies, with a record of 13 wins and 15 losses. The number 10 is Portland Trail Blazers, with a record of 12 wins and 16 losses. The number 11 is Dallas Mavericks, with a record of 11 wins and 18 losses. The number 12 is Utah Jazz, with a record of 10 wins and 17 losses. The number 13 is LA Clippers, with a record of 7 wins and 21 losses. The number 14 is New Orleans Pelicans, with a record of 7 wins and 22 losses. The number 15 is Sacramento Kings, with a record of 6 wins and 22 losses. And here are the games scheduled for tomorrow, December 22, Monday morning. In the first game, at 4:30 a.m., Atlanta Hawks vs. Chicago Bulls. In the second game, at 7 a.m., New York Knicks vs. Miami Heat, and Brooklyn Nets vs. Toronto Raptors. At 8 a.m., Washington Wizards vs. San Antonio Spurs and Minnesota Timberwolves vs. Milwaukee Bucks. In the last game, at 11 a.m., Sacramento Kings vs. Houston Rockets.